Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so pleased to be joined by Clients First. My name is Adrienne Montgomery, and I'm here on behalf of Clients First today. And once again, thank you so much, Dan Ellickson at Clients First and Monica Stuber. There are two field service experts joining us today over at Clients First. We're going to be talking about automating field service and optimizing all the business processes that go along with that. And Dan is going to kick it off here with a little bit of an Acumatica review. So Dan, I'll go ahead and let you get started.
Thanks again, Adrienne. I really appreciate the introduction, and good morning, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dan Ellickson. I'm with Clients First, one of the sales representatives at Clients First. I will be presenting to you here today the Lunch and Learn Field Services Optimizations. Hope everybody got their lunch or is going to be receiving their lunch here shortly. Just to kind of do a quick agenda here. We'll talk briefly about Clients First as well as the Acumatica Cloud ERP product from a high-level view. I promise I'll make it short and simple. The focus here today is the field services optimization with the Cloud ERP product with Acumatica. After the benefits of seeing the field service optimization, we'll jump into a couple things that we just want to talk about briefly with the fast track methodology and phased approach. It's an approach that we put together here at Clients First that really helps organizations go through a process of transition. If they're going from a legacy ERP system or homegrown system, just kind of talks about some of the things that make things really effective in today's day and age and transitioning to a fully integrated solution. We're also going to talk a little bit about the total economic impact of Acumatica and return on investments. It's a calculator tool, and then we'll do some Q&A towards the end. As I mentioned, Clients First Business Solutions has been around since 2003. We've had hundreds of successful implementations. We have 90 plus employees, 7 offices located nationwide, and we continue to grow year over year, being very successful and working with organizations to help improve their business processes. From a focus with Acumatica, the Cloud ERP product, our focus is around the service companies, the manufacturing, job shop, and distribution is involved in a couple of those industries too. So we have a really deep focus in that as well. From an experience standpoint, working with the Cloud ERP solution, over 60% of our consultants, have 4+ years experience. But from a technical and functional ERP experience, more than 50% of the organization has 15+ years of experience working with organizations, help implementing solutions and making things more efficient for the organization, not only during deployments, after deployments, but long-term partnership. From an overview of the Cloud ERP product in Acumatica, it's a very good solution to be able to see and utilize as a future-proof platform. It's best in class. Business and industry focus, and it's ethical from a business standpoint. So you'll notice that Acumatica actually offers a 100% partner channel, and that allows partners to focus specific within industries as well as work closely with those clients of theirs in those particular regions. From an analyst recognition standpoint, been recognized by a lot of different analysts out there. Most recently, IDC has recognized them as a small to mid-market business ERP application. And for the last 4+ years, it's been recognized as the highest in customer satisfaction and in usability by both Gartner and G2 Crowd. From a deployment standpoint, you can either go with a public or you go with a private, both hosted or utilize AWS, as well as SQL servers hosting it from a cloud provider. You have a few different options. It's very flexible, and you can access the system anywhere, anytime, whether it's your phone, your iPhone, your Android, your laptop, your computer, your desktop. So you can access the system remotely, get all the data that you do on each of those devices as if you're on the system on any of those devices, and as well as being connected to the browser. From a ERP solution, Acumatica is not only a field services application. There are a lot of different functionalities to make it a well-rounded solution, everything from financial management, customer relationship management, project accounting, distribution, and there's also additional natively built-in products for additional functionality like warehouse management, credit card, advanced planning. And one of the things that I wanted to note here, too, is that Clients First has worked with Acumatica for quite some time now, and they've actually developed a product called ProMRO that's more designed for the aviation and heavy equipment industry for maintenance and repair. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce my colleague Monica Stuber, who is an Acumatica team with the Clients First Business Solutions team. And we'll discuss here with the field service optimization with Acumatica based on the points of calendar board scheduling, mobile app, equipment tracking, service contracts, and surveys. And Monica, you can take it from here.
Thank you, Dan. Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Monica Stuber, and I hope you all are having something yummy to eat for lunch today. While you're enjoying your meal, I would like to show you some really valuable features in Acumatica. As Dan already mentioned, Acumatica Cloud ERP is a full ERP system, or enterprise resource planning system, and the software is designed for small and mid-sized market businesses. Today, I want to talk about field service optimizations, and I'd like to start out with one of the coolest tools in Acumatica, in my opinion. Actually, it's so cool that I have it in my favorites. It's the Flowcharts. I like flowcharts personally because I'm a visual person and I can see the whole process in one picture. Also, this is how I learned to understand the Acumatica processes very quickly. By the way, these flowcharts are also available on other menu items. I want to show you the option of how a customer can put in an appointment with Acumatica. The customer could be talking to a sales representative, putting in a quote, then a sales order. From the sales order, they could create a service contract and then generate service orders. The customer could also talk to a sales service representative, and they put in a service order and then create appointments. Or if it's something urgent, we could create an appointment very directly with the service representative and put this appointment in. Then it's going to be scheduled. We can schedule staff, services, and equipment. Once the service tech in the field is completed with his work, he sends the information back into the appointment, where we complete the appointment and close it, and send it on to accounting, what then creates an invoice that goes back to the customer. As you can see from this drawing, someone in your sales department here working on a quote might be ending up putting in an appointment for service. This is how connected and the different models are in Acumatica. Now let's look at a dashboard. After your first coffee in the morning, you open up Acumatica. This could be something that you're looking at. Here on the left side, you see some modules. Those are the modules we are talking about today, but those are not all. There is more. Here we see a complete suite that is available in addition of what's already open here. Normally, you would want to keep menu items handy that fit your role in the company because Acumatica is role-based, but it is very easy to configure this menu for you. For example, let me show you. If you don't need the receivables on here, you click on this, and then you have this little pin up here, and you just unpin it from your menu bar. Or if you feel that you would like to add contract management, you go on the tile, you click on the little pin, and it's going to be added to your menu. See how easy that was? And there was no development involved. Acumatica comes pre-configured with many roles directly out of the box. That will save time when you're setting up your system. Now, the dashboard is a great tool and benefit for your field service manager and technicians. Right now, we are looking at the dashboard of a field service manager. So you see the dashboard with important information for your daily work, and also they are very easy to configure to your needs. Actually, Nancy, who is a sales representative for Clients First, added a new widget this morning to the dashboard. We have tiles that show you different information like today's appointment or appointments that are not scheduled yet, like 101. So I probably should work on that. Also then here we have 15 licenses set to expire. You might want to pick up the phone and call these customers. Then we have staff schedule rules here, or survey recipients, or top overdue balances. This is now put on this dashboard for this particular field service manager. If you need different information, or if you want some of this information gone, it is very easy to also configure that. Clicking on this KPI, I very straightforward can find my techs and see what they have done and what is on their schedule. Right here we have the schedule date, and then we have the tech name. This is a very swift and uncomplicated way to see at a glance what your staff is doing. No phone calls, texts, or emails needed. All right here at your fingertips. Now, Nancy sent me an email this morning telling me, I need a new laptop delivered and installed today at 3 p.m. Tell the tech to bring me a chocolate mold too. You know Nancy, she wants it right now and right there. So I'll open up my calendar board, and I can do this either from the menu bar here through services and go to my calendar board, or I can go through my favorites and go to my calendar board, or I can use the universal search and get to my calendar board. There is many ways in Acumatica to go where I need to. Obviously, this is a very urgent matter, and I need to set up this appointment very quickly. So I'm here on my calendar board, and you see here we have the appointment button. I click on this, and an appointment is going to be opened up. I'm adding Nancy's company here, and then I will add a short description of what we're doing. If I could write. And then I go into my details tab. On my details tab, I'm adding the laptop. This would be my inventory item. Today we're using an Acer laptop. And before I proceed with this order or with this appointment, I want to know if I even have this Acer laptop in stock. So I click on the inventory ID, and I get the stock item. And here I have a tab that's called Warehouse Details. I'm clicking on it. I find my warehouse. Moving over here and see we have 20 in stock. So we're all good there. Now I'm adding the services, my installation. There we go. I can also add staff right here from the appointments. Clicking on this tab, and this window opens. Acumatica is suggesting employees for me that are available upon geographical area. Now we need somebody in Manhattan. On their skills, I need a hardware specialist if I want to install a laptop. And they go even that far that we could go through a license type. We don't need this today, so I'm looking at the list that Acumatica is suggesting, and I'm choosing Maxwell Baker to do this appointment for Nancy. I'm saving this appointment now, going back into my settings, and I am choosing the time that Nancy requested, what was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And this lasts an hour. All right. On my action tabs here, I can send Nancy a confirmation email that everything is fine and we're going to be there at 3 o'clock. I could also send out an email to Maxwell Baker, but I know he never reads his email, so I schedule this appointment directly to the board. And voila, here at 3 o'clock, you can see that new appointment showing up on Maxwell Baker's day for today. I would like to mention a couple beneficial features about the calendar board. One of them is how easy it is to drag and drop an appointment from the service order on this left side here onto the board. I just grab and drag and drop this appointment, let's say here, to Joseph Baker. That was very easy. I can move this around as well. As you can see, not a big deal at all. You see different color coding here for a quick visual. Green means the appointment is confirmed. Red would mean the appointment is on the calendar but not confirmed yet. And blue is when it turns, the appointment turns blue once the technician starts out with his work in the field. And then the gray ones are the ones that are already completed. We can have more than one technician on a service order. For example, here, these two technicians, they go together because it's a big job. So they both go together, and I created an appointment for both of them. So if I move one appointment up, let's say the customer wants them to start at 7 o'clock, I move it up, you see, the other one moves right with it. So these two are together. We have other appointments, let's just say this one here, 6341-1 and 6341-2. There we have two times on one service call. One technician was already there and completed his work, and the other one is fixing to start his. Once you hover with your mouse over one of these appointments, you can right-click, and right from the dashboard, you can edit, you can clone, you can validate by the dispatcher, you can unconfirm, you can even delete one of these items. Let's say we go on here, and I delete, and it's going to disappear from my board. Now, in the meantime, Maxwell Baker got a notification on his phone about this new appointment. So let's go over to his phone and see what he sees. As already mentioned, Max never checks his email. This man lives for his phone, I would say. But in this case, this is not a bad thing, since the mobile app is included with Acumatica. You see here we have different menu options, including the expense menu options. Maxwell probably wants to expense Nancy's chocolate mold since we're here. This is how he can take advantage of the expense management module as well. Max can take a picture of the receipt and attach it to the expense report, and off it goes. But now we want to go down and see, I want to find the appointment list for Max Baker. And we're going to find that appointment for Nancy. And we're clicking on it. The first thing we're probably going to do is we're going to view a map. Acumatica works with the map app you have on your phone. You're going to zoom in, you're going to drive to the appointment, then you get rid of it. The next thing you can do is you can start travel. If you start travel time, you have the option of capturing your travel time and bill it to the customer. This feature would also track your coordinates and add them to the appointment. We are starting with the appointment here now. Then we're going over to the details tab where we see the item, the inventory item, and where we see the service item. We are clicking on the service item. Once we have completed our work, we can go to Note and add a text. And I can do this through my voice text here on my phone. Completed installing laptop. And I have added this text to my service item here. Going back to my summary, I can go to Files, and let's say take a picture of my beautiful pen and add this to the appointment. Once I'm completed with all of this, I'm going to show a report to Nancy to see what she is expecting to pay. She sees here we have the Acer laptop and we have the installment to it. What together is $600, and Nancy is okay with that, so we give it to her to sign. Sorry about that, it took a little bit. And then, since we know Nancy pretty well, we ask her to create a prepayment, or if we can create a prepayment. Nancy is okay with that, and she wants to pay by check today. So the amount of $600 is going to be on that check. Just have to put in this account very quick, save, go back to my view here, save this, and the next step that I do is I complete this appointment. So the appointment is completed and all the information is back in the office. So we're going back to Acumatica, where I see here now I do a refresh the system, and here now my tile is gray, what tells me that my appointment is completed. I can go into the appointment very quick, and on the appointment I see that I have prepayments taken in. I see it's completed, and here on my files I see that there is a signature and a picture attached. Okay, now this appointment is completed. This is what I like so much about Acumatica. It is all in one process. What means it's fast, it's easy, and it's transparent. With fast, I mean real time. No one waiting for paperwork to be coming back or being processed. It's all available in one place. I just showed you a process from an appointment going out to the tech, completing the work in the field, sending all the information needed back, including a prepayment that then is ready to go for accounting for the invoicing. From here now, let's talk about equipment and service contracts. In Acumatica tracks 3 different kinds of equipment. There is the vehicles. This is pretty self-explanatory. Then we have the target equipment. This is equipment sold by us to the customer, serviced by us for the customer. Then we can build reports, events like service calls, appointments, etc. You know Nancy, I'm pretty sure she will jump on that. And the last one is resource equipment, like drills or test system that goes with the technician as scheduled through the appointment. This equipment is managed by us. It can be billed out to the customer if needed, and we can keep track of it about its whereabouts and usage. Also, we can keep track of warranties, and even by components, serial numbers. There is no serial number in here, I'm sorry, but there's normally serial numbers, and upgrades, as well as the history of the equipment. The more we know, the better. Really, the benefit of the equipment and the contract management is that you can sell your customer an equipment tracked by warranty, track the warranty and serial numbers, and then set up contracts for the maintenance on the equipment. Recurring revenue is generated and always welcome in slow economy like this. No spreadsheets are needed. Acumatica reminders for upcoming events can be set up very fast and effortless. This is a great opportunity for add-on sales. With this report here, I would like to show you an example of reoccurring revenues just for the month of August. See here the $36,500. This is not a bad extra amount. I feel like it. So then we, like everywhere in Acumatica, with reports, we can print those reports, we can send those reports, we can export them to Excel and PDF. Also, we have drill down functions. What are neat? If you click on one of these, it goes. You can see the live data of this appointment. Now, last but not least, I would like to introduce you to a new and very useful tool by Acumatica. Now, Power Storage, Acumatica's customer of the year last year, needed something for their employees to check in daily and track information due to COVID-19. Derek from the Power Storage company approached Acumatica, and they stuck their heads together and came up with this genius idea of surveys. So let me show you what this tool can do. We're clicking on survey here. So I've set up a survey for you. Right here we have, in this order, the customer or the employees will be asked, check your temperature. Are you experiencing any symptoms, or did you have contact with individuals diagnosed with COVID-19? These are the questions that will go out. And the second part of the survey is the recipient. You can add a whole list here of all your employees. I just added Maxwell Baker for this demonstration, but I think you get what I want to say. And so once this is set up, you send out the survey. I would like to go back and show you how this looks like on the screen for Maxwell Baker if he is answering that survey. So you see here the survey. You see Maxwell Baker, and you see the questions. So you asked him, check your temperature, and he answered normal. Then we asked him, are you experiencing any of the following symptoms? And he said no. And then, did you have contact with individual diagnosed with COVID-19? And he said no. And then he sent this back to the office. In the office, the HR person or the managers that look at these surveys can go to the dashboard and then see that we have one active survey right now. We send it out to 3 different persons, 2 responded, and then 1 survey is pending. 0 is pending. I think this is a valued feature these days, especially to track information needed. And if you don't use it for COVID-19, maybe you can send out a Christmas party invitation. And with this, I am done with talking today. Thank you so much for your valued attention.
Thank you, everybody. Take care. Have a great day.